The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Chapter 9. The Queen of the Field Mice. "We can't be far from the yellow brick road now," remarked the Scarecrow as he stood beside the girl. "We've come nearly as far as the river carried us off." The Tin Woodman was about to reply when a low growl reached his ears. He turned and saw a strange beast bounding over the grass toward them. It was a great yellow wildcat. As it drew nearer, the Tin Woodman saw a little gray field mouse racing ahead of the beast. Although he had no heart, he knew it was wrong for the wildcat to try to kill such a pretty, harmless creature. The woodman raised his axe, and as the wildcat sprinted by, he struck a swift blow. The stroke cut the beast's head clean from its body, and it tumbled to his feet in 2 pieces. Freed from its enemy, the field mouse stopped short. It came up to the woodman and, in a squeaky little voice, said, "Oh, thank you. Thank you ever so much for saving my life." "Don't speak of it, please," replied the woodman. "I have no heart, so I make sure to help anyone who may need a friend, even if it's only a mouse." "Only a mouse?" cried the little creature, indignant. "Why, I am a queen, the queen of all the field mice." "Oh, indeed," said the woodman, giving a bow. "Therefore, in saving my life, you have done not only a brave deed, but a great one," the queen said. At that moment, several mice came running as fast as their little legs could carry them. Seeing their queen, they exclaimed, "Oh, Your Majesty, we feared you would be killed. How did you escape the great wildcat?" "This amusing tin man," she replied, "killed the wildcat and saved my life. Henceforth, you must all serve him and obey his slightest wish." "We will," cried all the mice in a shrill chorus. Then they scattered, for Toto had woken up. Seeing all the mice, he gave a happy bark and leapt into their midst. Back in Kansas, Toto had always loved to chase mice, and he saw no harm in it. But the Tin Woodman caught Toto in his arms and held him fast. He called to the mice, "Come back. Come back. Toto will not harm you." At this, the Mouse Queen stuck her head out from beneath a clump of grass and asked, in a timid voice, "Are you certain he won't bite us?" "I will not allow it," said the woodman. "So do not be afraid." The mice crept back one by one. Although Toto didn't bark again, he kept struggling in the woodman's arms. He might have bitten him, but he knew the woodman was made of tin.
"Toto won't hurt you."
Finally, one of the biggest mice spoke. "Is there anything we can do?" it asked. "To repay you for saving our queen's life?" "Nothing comes to mind," the woodman replied. But the Scarecrow, who found it hard to think with a head stuffed with straw, said quickly, "Yes, you can save our friend, the Cowardly Lion, who lies asleep in the poppy bed." "A lion!" exclaimed the little queen. "Why, he'd eat us all up." "Not this one," said the Scarecrow. "This lion is a coward." "Truly?" the mouse asked. "He says so himself," the Scarecrow replied. "And he would never harm anyone who is our friend. If you help us rescue him, I promise he'll treat you all with kindness." "Very well," said the Queen. "We trust you. What must we do? Are there many mice who acknowledge you as Queen and are willing to obey you?" "Yes, there are thousands," she replied. "Then summon them here as quickly as possible and have each one bring a long piece of string."
We need a long piece of string.
The Queen turned to the mice attending her and ordered them to fetch all her people at once. The moment they heard her command, they scattered in every direction as fast as they could. "Now," said the Scarecrow to the Tin Woodman, "go to those riverside trees and build a truck that can carry the lion." The Woodman set to work at once among the trees. He soon built a truck from tree limbs, chopping away the leaves and branches. He pegged the frame together and cut 4 wheels from short sections of a large trunk. He worked so quickly and so well that by the time the mice began to arrive, the truck was already finished. They arrived from all directions, thousands of them, big mice, small mice, and ones in between. Each carried a length of string in its mouth. About then, Dorothy awoke from her long sleep and opened her eyes. She was greatly surprised to find herself on the grass, with thousands of mice gathered around, watching her timidly. The Scarecrow explained everything to her, and then, turning to the dignified little mouse, he said, "Allow me to present Her Majesty the Queen." Dorothy nodded gravely, and the Queen made a curtsy. Afterward, she grew quite friendly with the little girl. The Scarecrow and the Woodman set about harnessing the mice to the truck, using the strings they had brought. One end of each string was tied around a mouse's neck, and the other end was fastened to the truck. After a lot of hard work, since the lion was heavy, they finally got him onto the truck. The Queen then hurriedly gave the order to move, fearing that if the mice remained among the poppies too long, they too would fall asleep. At first, the little creatures, many as they were, could barely budge the heavily loaded truck. But when the Woodman and the Scarecrow pushed from behind, they made better progress. Soon they got the lion out of the poppies and onto the green fields. There he could breathe sweet, fresh air instead of the poisonous smell of the flowers. Dorothy met them and warmly thanked the little mice for saving her companion's life. Afterward, the mice were unharnessed from the truck. They then scampered through the grass back to their homes. The Mouse Queen was the last to depart. "If you ever need us again," she said, "come into the field and call. We will hear you and come to your aid." "Goodbye." "Goodbye," they all replied, and the Queen ran off while Dorothy held Toto tightly lest he run after her and frighten her. After this, they sat beside the lion waiting for him to wake. The Scarecrow fetched Dorothy some fruit from a nearby tree, which she ate for dinner.
"I'm the Queen of the Mice,"